Mic check, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hope we're all having a fantastic day. This area looks like a QM. Let's quickly check it out. But I'm kind of wary of this momentum coming into this QM. But let's quickly check first to see if we have a an engulf. Okay, there's no engulf. Then the QM is invalid. We're not going to worry about it. So you're welcome to this practice session. So yesterday's practice session, we got to 1,000. But then after a while I took some other trades. So we and I've taken some this morning and this afternoon actually. So we're currently at 2,785. You understand? But like I always do, I really like to clear the balance when I want to start a new session, because I don't want to go in with some kind of crazy amount I usually will not load in the market. It's good to stay as real as possible when you are trading in your practice sessions. So let's go with the buyers here. I would normally would not take this trade, but let's go with the buyers here because this is a demand area. Now I'm trying to actually lose this money. I'm going against the momentum because I expect the sellers to like continue to the downside, though there's every chance that the buyers may also like take over the market because we're in the demand area. But it's not bad if you like just test things out sometimes, but we know that we should not go against a momentum. We already know that, so that's not negotiable. You understand? We've been doing practice session for some few days now, and we've been learning some very hard lessons. So um it's great to have you guys here. Let me enable the chat thing and see. I really hope the chat works this time around. I can see the live chat thing right now. So I hope if anybody sends a message, I should be able to see it now. I learned that yesterday someone was sending a message, but I couldn't read it on the screen. I hope it doesn't happen like that today. I really want to reply to everybody. So anybody that sends a message, if I read it, I'll reply. I promise you. Now, if I don't get to read it, guys, please forgive me. Okay? It's if you can see it on your screen, I probably will be able to see it on my screen too. Now, if I cannot see it on my screen, there's no way I'll be able to reply. So if I don't reply to your message, okay, fine, Austin. Yeah, that's a huge momentum. That's a huge momentum. I intentionally went against it so that we can lose that balance. But right now, let's load. And this is a very big double top you can see now. So I have a feeling that the sellers would probably keep selling for a very long time. But let's load a reasonable amount that we can just usually we can enter within a live trade. So and this time around, I will go in with 25%. But this is a very crazy momentum, man. Austin, you are very correct. Yeah, if you are just joining us, kindly, I would appreciate if you can just send a hi in the chat so that we can see. I was able to read Austin's message, so I guess I should be able to read any other person's message. Now we have a demand down here also. Let me mark that demand quickly. So, guys, you're welcome to a new season. Yes, Kataji, I can read your message. Thank you so much. Hope you're feeling great today. Yes, it's our new season, and it's our season of manifestation. So I believe that it's going to be an amazing season for us. Basically. So I'm really grateful that. Oh, okay. The buyers eventually came in here. Thank you so much, Kataji. I really appreciate. I wish you the same. I wish you the same also. So now that the buyers have come in now, if the price comes into this demand area, we can take a trade. But one thing we should have done before price got to this place is to go to lower time frame. But let me take one now. Then I'll quickly go to lower time frame to find a lower time frame entry. Or let me take one more because of fear of losing out, of missing out. Oops. Okay, I'll take one more again. There's an overlapping level at the middle side here. So now, guys, don't, because of fear of missing out, take your trades. Okay. Now let me go full margin here because I'm expecting a very crazy rejection. Let me quickly mark that area. This is the internal demand. Then let's go back to M1 to extend it. I'm expecting a green candle, but sometimes you may not never one may never know. But let's just okay. This is a very crazy one. Oh, I think did we lose a trade already? Oh, I think we lost one already. Oh, the previous candle. Oh, okay. This is a Marabuzu candle. Can you imagine? I didn't even see it on time. This is a Marabuzu candle. It's also acting as an exhaustion candle. You can see. I didn't know that there was a trade on the previous candle. I thought it was on the new candle actually. But it's all right. It's all well and good. It happens sometimes. Now, you see this area is a decision point. Right inside this area now, we'll have a very good entry inside it. Now I'm using the previous. This is not clear. Let's try and go to M15. It is only demand. We just traded. Yeah, yes. It's only a demand. Okay, fine. Now it's not just a demand actually. It's a very strong demand, and I'll tell you why very soon. It's a very strong demand. I'll tell you why very soon, but let me quickly mark this one first. Then I would try and explain that previous trade. Now, the reason why I took this trade is, you see, if you want to know if a demand is strong, sometimes, oh, this might be a good trade. Let's go with the sellers. I have this, I probably should have waited a little, but I'm expecting a red candle here. If the red candle doesn't happen, then I should have just waited for this entry at the higher side, but I'm kind of expecting a red candle here. No, that red candle did not happen, no problem. But we'll wait for this one. We'll take this trade actually. Now, this trade is a good trade that I just took because there's this strategy. It's a personal strategy I use. Anytime you have an engulf, with a long candle like this, and you have two opposite candles that did not break the engulf, you understand? There's every chance that the third candle would actually go with the sellers. Now, the thing there is, what I should have done actually is to find other reasons to take the trade. You understand? Now, if we have a green candle here, we can actually go with okay, this trade closed on this level. That's why we're having the sellers. I think what I should have done was to wait for price to get to this level before taking that trade I took just now. Now let me quickly explain this trade. Now, if you want to know if a demand is strong or not, look at what comes out of it. You understand? Especially if it's breaking a level, you can see. Now, this area is a level, and that's why the market keeps interacting with that level. You can see. Now, you can see this a kind of engulf, but that engulf is a demand area that starts this era of buying. You can see it started this trend and just kept going. You get the gist. And so sometimes if you want to know how strong a level is, look at what it stops. Like if it actually stops a trend, then it's a very strong level. Now, if a strong trend comes out of it, or a strong momentum comes out of it, is actually also a strong level. You understand? We're most likely to have another green candle after this, but we'll need a confirmation, maybe like a gap down or something like that. So if we don't see the gap down, then we'll not take the trade. Okay, we can go with the buyers. Maybe I'll take one more if it goes down. Okay, fine. Let's take one more here. Now, the confirmation here was this round number for me. This 0.90400 here. Now, anytime price closes on a level. Now, round numbers are they act like levels too, and sometimes they act like support and resistance. You understand? S and R's. That's what some people call it. Now, look at this green candle that I missed the trade the other time. It's because price closed on this level. That's why these sellers came in. Also, these sellers closed on this round number, this level now. That's why we're having these buyers coming in also. So it happens, and they just touched a demand area down here. So the buyers can actually get triggered. You get the gist. So sometimes things like that happen. You get the gist. Let me try and switch to 25% off. So if you have any questions, I'm ready to answer your questions. You understand? So you can just put your questions in the comment section. I'm glad I'm able to read some of your comments today. Yesterday I couldn't read any comment and I don't know why that happened. So let's try and check for another market. Let's check other pairs. Let's check other pairs. So I hope I was able to answer your question. Let me clear this first. Then we have a demand down here. Now, anytime you enter a new pair, try and figure out the market a little bit before trying to like take any trade. Just look around. Look at the general movement of the markets. Sometimes you can use some indicators to help you. Like this one, I normally use sometimes if I get confused. I'll just look at the market. You can see we have up, down, then up, then down. So it went up, it's coming down. So there's every tendency that price will come back down to this demand area down here before actually going back up again. Because it's demand and supply that moves the market. So anywhere you have demand, price will probably move towards that place. So I don't have to like keep it on for too long. I just keep it on for a while just to check the market. Now there's another one I use here. This is the parameters of this moving average. You can copy it, but usually I don't use that much. Now if I enable it, sometimes you might be able to like detect the trend. Basically, if price is below it, then it's a downtrend. So you can tell that the sellers, they are currently in charge of the market, and they will tend to move the price downwards. And that was almost the same thing that zigzag indicator suggested, but it's just a suggestion. And anytime you read an indicator is just a suggestion. Don't take it as gospel and don't rely too much on it. Don't trade based on indicators. You understand? Learn to read the charts yourself. It helps you on your own without any. You understand? I can call this area now a range. Like the market is ranging. So if price breaks out of this range and comes down, they will come for this demand area. Then we can take a trade, or we can start thinking of taking a trade. For example, if price comes down now, we can go to lower time frame. We'll look into the demand area to see if we have a lower time frame entry. You can see we have one here. We can just mark it ahead of time. I'm here to see anybody's message. So if you're sending a message and I cannot read it, I really apologize ahead of time. So um please keep the message coming in. I know that it may eventually just show up on the screen. Sometimes I don't know why it doesn't show up, but So let me mark this. Then I will refresh the page so that we can see it. Okay, fine. So we've gotten this one now. We've gotten it down. So we can't really see any reason to actually take any trade here right now. You understand? I can't see any reason yet. So I'll just mark this as a favorite, then move on to the next. Let me clear this. We'll check the market again. We have major uptrend and we also have minor uptrend here. You can see, and this is more like a double bottom. So now some people may want to take a supply trade here. I'll tell you to be careful with doing that. Why? Because if you want to trade against a double bottom, it's just like trading against a momentum. It's unless you have a strong reason to trade against the momentum, it's suicidal. It's best not to do it. That's exactly what I'm about to say. So because they are very unpredictable. You can't tell if they will just break the supply and not. Now, if you found, maybe if you've seen a little bit of weakness in the market, like okay, for example, now you can see there's a little bit of sellers. The sellers are beginning to show themselves now. Should we confidently trade M1 today? Hmm, I really, I really am not in the best position to tell you what time frame you should trade. You understand? And the reason why I don't tell people, most of these things I do is they are actually suggestions, and they are like things that I do that is working for me. You understand? Now, sometimes I will trade M1, sometimes I will trade M5. But one thing I know for sure is that the strategies work for both M1 and M5. At least I've tested those. Now, I usually don't test M3 because it's close to M1. You understand? I usually don't test M3. You understand? Because it's close to M1. And sometimes the flag mode, it acts somehow with M3. So I prefer to just trade M1 and M5 basically. Now what I would say is look at the market and see if it makes sense to you to trade on M1. Now if M1 is not delivering, or if you feel like you have enough patience to wait for M5, I would usually advise people to trade M5 more. Yes. Why? Because you see, this kind of demand now is in M5. I'll be more confident about it. Why? Why would I be more confident about it on M5? It's because supply and demands on M5 tend to respond better. You understand? Now in M1, usually anything can happen. Yeah, why? Because there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of fake outs. You think the market is going up, but then the next thing is coming back down. You understand? Now you need more confirmation on M1. That's what I mean. But I noticed that on M5, I don't need as much confirmation. I can just see a strategy. I don't have to worry about the confirmation. I just take it. When we find the decision point or other block, what's the advice would you? Sorry. Okay. Coach, when did you start trading and when did you become profitable? Okay, that's a very good question. Actually, I can make a whole video on that. Maybe I should make a video one of this time, but let me give you the abridged version. Sorry, I couldn't read that previous message before this last one. So if you can resend the message, I will really appreciate. I want to take this trade, just but I'll wait for it a little bit. Okay, let's take it now. Let's see if it will pull back. No, it did not pull back. But I'm expecting a red candle now, so I'll take the trade. Um, this pattern is called. This is one of those things I used to talk about M1. You understand? If it was M5, you'll probably see that pullback now. You understand? Now another thing is that this pattern is called what they call it again? Oh, three bar up. It's a three bar up pattern. Let me take one more safe. I wanted to take it above this round number, but no worries. So what I was gonna say, this pattern is called three bar up pattern, and it is when you have, for example, this red candle, then a small engulf, then there's another green candle after it. Anytime you see this kind of pattern, there's every tendency that you have a red after it. Now, that should not be the only reason you should take that trade. Let me repeat myself. That should not be the only reason you should take that trade. Why? Because if you look into the market, I told you I was checking the market. I'd seen this three bar up here, this same three bar up here. Look at it, you can see I've seen it work here already. So it's easy for me to trust it now that we have extra confirmation with it. Her question is, when is when is when you have multiple lower time frame confirmation. Oh, okay. I get. Now, if you are taking a decision point and you have multiple lower time frame confirmation, let me give you a rule I usually follow to know the best ones to take. Is, if you have a round number, like if you have one of the entries that is close to a round number, go for that one. You remember what I always say, that round numbers, they act like SNRs, like they act like support and resistance. Yes. So if you, for example, let me see, for example, now, if this was an entry, let me just mark something randomly. You understand? For example, if we have an entry here, and there's a round number under it. This one is the closest to the round number. Take this one, or wait for that trade to come to that round number, then take it. Like, go beyond. So, for example, if we have an entry here and we have another entry down here, take the one close to this round number. You understand why? Why do I do that? Now, price may touch this upper one and go back. Yes. Now, if you feel as if you are having this fear of missing out, this mofo, I think some people call it mofo. I don't know, FOMO. So some people call it FOMO. But if you have this having this fear of missing out, you understand, you can go with small amounts. You get it, just you're welcome, Austin. You understand? So you can go with small amount for the first one. If price breaks that first one, then go full amount on this one with the round number. Now, the reason why you will do that is sometimes price will just touch this upper one and not come to the other one and just go back. So I know, a lot of traders will feel very bad that I have an entry, I didn't take advantage of it. Yes, and trading is all about probability. You need to be aware of that. So, if you make a call or a judgment that is not accurate, it's okay. Like, you need to give yourself a little bit of room for error, because you're a human being, and most of the time trading a live account is under immense stress. You understand? So, because you are using your money to trade, there's this level of stress that your brain has to deal with, and at the same time, your brain also has to juggle the fact that you want to keep a straight mind. You want to find a very good entry. You are looking out for strategies. It's a whole lot, actually. But the thing is, give yourself a little bit of room for error. Don't If you hesitate to take a trade, don't feel bad about it too much. You may feel bad about it a little, fine, let it go. You understand? Now, if we have a gap up, I will still go with the sellers here again, but we will need extra confirmation, because you see these sellers here, they are not very strong sellers. But if maybe I have a gap up on this round number now, I may want to actually go with the sellers. But if I don't see that gap up, then no. Though we may still have the sellers, but there's no confirmation. So, you understand? No confirmation. Yes, we are still in that supply range. I shouldn't mark this as a demand. Don't mind me, guys. Though I know I didn't mark it as a demand. It was but let me mark it as a supply. So we know we are still in the supply area. Yes. But the thing there is, you need extra confirmation for things like this. Another thing you can combine is that you see this pattern is morning star pattern. Now, morning star pattern usually gives us retracement. You know, if I thought about that, probably I would have taken the trade. But I just wanted more. If it had gone up a little bit, maybe I would have thought about, okay, margin of safety. Yes, you understand. So these are all the things that affects your decision in the market. And if you happen not to take a trade or you miss out on the trade, don't feel bad about it. I can tell you for a fact, don't feel bad about it at all. It's not easy, you know. Trading is not an easy thing, that you can just make decisions, like that. So let's check for other opportunities in the market. Let's see. Yeah, I'm taking your questions. So if you have any other questions, you can just come up, send it in. I'm really excited that I'm able to read your your messages today. So this look like a thought touch. Let's mark it. I know sometimes it may not look like it, but if you look at it, we have first touch low, second touch lower low. If price comes up here, especially if we have like a very long exhaustion candle that breaks this ABC pattern, then we can take a trade. We can go with the sellers, like, and not worry about it at all. So this is supply area here. Um, we have a supply here, but I can't really trust this supply, though. I have a reason to go with the sellers after this candle, but it has to come into this area. The fifth candle theory. Let me see if we have an entry. Hmm. Okay, here we go. So I'm trying to mark the, oops. I'm trying to mark the lower time frame entry, and it's a 5 seconds entry, so I need to be very patient. Okay, I wouldn't have taken this trade actually. I wouldn't have taken this trade. Let me just mark it as a lower time frame entry. This is a big ranging market. You can see it's a big range. Let me mark it for you guys. This is a big range. Now I don't know if this is a fake out or not, or a breakout. But let's mark the range. So you can see now. So I really don't know if it's going to be a break and retest kind of thing, but this might be a very good decision point because it's a demand area and it's causing a breakout, and there's a round number right under it. So we're having some reasons to want to take a very good trade, but we need to look closely at it before we take any trade. And there's another demand right under it. I won't mark that demand, but let's go to lower time frame and see. Okay, it has a lower time frame entry at 30 seconds as S30, I mean. So, and price is coming close to that entry. So that might be a good opportunity for us. But let's just wait and see if price will actually come for it or not. Okay. So I'll mark it as a So we have about how many marks now? Wait, did we take this trade? Or we missed out on it? I can't remember. Someone should tell me in the chat if we took this trade because I'm not sure we did. Or maybe I probably must have forgotten. No, I know this is not how I. Okay. Okay. So we have three areas that we've marked now. Okay. Now let's assess this momentum now. This momentum is a weak momentum. How do you know? We have gaps here and we have another gap here. Now, if you really want to be sure, you go to lower time frame to see. We have both buyers and sellers activity inside it. Look at S15, you can see. Though we have more sellers activity, you understand, but they are both buyers and sellers activity inside the trade. It's a weak momentum. And all these big wicks up and down, they are buyers and sellers activities. So that tells you that if price comes to this area, we can actually take a very good trade and not be afraid that we will lose the trade. So it is times like this I really wish that Pocket Option has this notification feature that they have on the desktop. It will really be nice because now I would be able to at least set a notification for this trade. So if it comes close to it, we will get notified and we'll just come back here right away. But I really don't know why. Now, guys, if you want us to have that feature, because they had it before, you understand. If you want us to have that feature, what we should do is we should go to there's this one of their page. If I find the link, I'll put on under this video. There's one of their page where you can make feature requests, so all of us can together request that feature. They won't have a choice than to add it to the charts. But if not enough people are requesting for the feature, they are not going to. If not enough people are asking for the feature, they are not going to make it happen. You understand? So it's one of those things like that. So let's check other pairs. Though we've taken enough trade, like normally, I probably would have stopped. Where was that? Okay, this is where we started from. So we've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 trades and 3 losses. That's amazing. You understand? Going from 100 to 235, that's about 135% profit. You understand? Normally I would just stop. I would not push it too much. You can continue in other sessions. It makes so much sense to have a break after this kind of sessions. Well, let's just keep, since we're all here, let's just keep going. But we're still not going to take random trades. This is a double bottom now. You can see the buyers. Now, this is the market calling the buyers that it's time to buy. Yeah, and a lot of buyers are going to respond. So if you have maybe any setup that goes with the sellers, it may be time to abort it. It may be time to abort it, like to not do that. I think we missed out on this trade because I remember this was one of the trade where we started from. I was talking about if price comes down here, well, no problem at all. It happens. Okay, this was the one we didn't take the other time. Though I was thinking of going with the buyers after this long candle, but could this be a third breakout? Let's see. We have momentum, so we should be careful. There is a weak momentum, but we will need more reasons to take this trade. Let's check. this trend line. Okay. If price touches the red line and the trend line, I would probably go with the sellers. Though I may still go with the sellers because I'm seeing sellers activity up here, but we don't have the breakout. That's what the challenge is. Which one is more reliable for rejection trade? Fair value gap, order block. Um, I would lean towards the order block most of the time. You know, now in SMC, like in forex trading and all that, a lot of people will just go with the fair value gap. Yes, but most of the time, now you can have another if you have another block, and usually what I would what I think of or what I would do is I'll try and look at the other block if it has a supply or a demand inside. Like I said, it's supply and demand that actually it's supply and demand that actually moves the market. You understand? So if another block has a supply or a demand or a lower time frame entry, then I begin to like consider it. You get the gist. Then you don't just okay. We can go with the sellers now. Oh, I should have waited for this common point of rejection. It's actually not easy explaining things and taking trade at the same time, but I'll take it at this round number. Yes. So I'm expecting a red candle now. Oh, I keep trying to target that round number, but I don't seem to be able to. But no problem. So what back to what I was saying. If we have an order block that has a what they call it, that has a supply or demand inside, or even if that at your time frame you have a supply or demand inside, is good. You can take the trade because it has a higher probability. It's the probability we read most of the time as traders. We are not actually reading. We are not actually reading just fair value gap or whatever. You understand? But we are reading the other block. I'm going again with the sellers because of the gap up. But this is a very crazy momentum. Though it's a weak momentum, but I think they are gaining a lot of what they call it, a lot of more buyers as they go up. So as I was saying, so it's better to go with the order block most of the time. I hope I'm able to answer your question properly. So it's as if we're going to lose this one, just like we lost the other one. Though most of the time, one thing I always tell my students sometimes is if you've made some amount in the market, you understand, especially 100% is a lot. You get the gist. I'm still going to go with the sellers one more time. So, if it comes close, I would take the trade. Okay, let's go down. Now the thing there is, if you've made some amount in the market, you're more likely to just leave the market and not trade again. Now I'll tell you why, because you can see just like in this practice session now, you understand, we're losing. You made 100%. It's a good thing. It doesn't even matter if you started with 10 or you started with 15, or it doesn't matter. 100% is 100%, and 100% is a lot. Now you may not think about it probably because you don't think the money is big. Yes, it doesn't seem like big. It's relative to the amount to start with. You understand? But really, if you think about it, if it was $100 or if it was $1,000 and you make 100%, that you're already up 2,000. That's a lot. You understand? So it's better to think of your amount in percentage. You get the gist, than to think about it in we lost that one. Let's go back now again. So the thing is, so if you made maybe 100%, you're really good. You are really, really good. Like if you go maybe from 10 to 20, you're fine. You're fine. Just don't worry about it again. Now, somebody will ask me, like, why didn't I go with the buyers? Why do I keep going with the sellers? You understand? The market keeps giving me reasons to go with the sellers, but normally, if you're up against the momentum, just don't go against it. It's and you can see now, like from all indicators that tells you that you should go with the sellers, the buyers still keep coming back in. That's what a momentum does. You understand? It's not predictable. You get it. Unless maybe now the only thing that would change the state of this market now is if we have a supply somewhere. Let me go to a higher time frame and see if we find a supply, or if we have a supply somewhere. Okay, fine. You understand? Okay, we just broke a supply. Which one is more reliable to? Oh, hey, Jamwald, how are you? It's nice to have you here. Thank you so much. So momentum is bad animal. Yes, Kataji, momentum is bad animal. You can say that again. I have a lot of comedians here. I don't know if I'm personally I I don't know if personally I qualified for a comedian, but a lot of you qualify actually. Uh yes, it's bad animal. Just avoid it totally. You can see it keeps going until we find a very good supply area. I think I was able to find one in M5. Let me see. Okay, there's this supply up here around 0.73800. So on now it may still reverse before then, especially if the buyers get tired. You understand? And you can see they're already getting tired now. They've spent most of their money and they can't buy again. So some of the sellers around are coming in, but this is how momentums ruin people's. It took me a very long time to learn this lesson, like to not go against, because I'm this type that once I see a reason to do something, I just want to jump in. You understand? But I learned that lesson in a very hard way. So, and it's the reason why nobody should. I don't advise anyone to trade against the momentum. This is a very good price channel. This is a very good price channel. You understand? But if you want to take this kind of price channel, it's better to have other reasons. This is a level. So if we have a confluence of levels here, we can go with the buyers. And we have this round number 0.95300. So the fact that price is breaking this level now, the only problem we have now is this momentum. You can see, and it's a very strong momentum. So we may just decide to just avoid this and not take the trade. You understand? It's a very strong momentum. The sellers have decided to just now this major downtrend and minor downtrend too. It's better not to just bother yourself about this. Now we may still have a gap up because of the a gap down. Okay, fine. We have a gap down. You understand? Now I'm intentionally taking this trade actually because number one, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is fifth candle theory. You understand? We have a gap down and we just broke a level. You understand? But I can assure you that it's still under very big probability, and the probability is not so much on the buyer side. But I'm taking this trade anyways. Why? Because we're in a practice session. Now, if I was taking a trade for real, I wouldn't take this trade normally. Why? Because it's against the momentum. You get the gist. Now, you may be thinking, okay, since it's a momentum, well, can't we just go with the sellers? No. It's like I said, momentums are unpredictable. If you decide to go with the sellers, all those other reasons that we talked about may just decide to go against you, and the next thing you're already at loss. The buyers will just come in and you have a green candle, and you'll be wondering like, but we have a momentum. Yes, you have a momentum, but having a momentum is not a guaranteed push. Like it's not a guaranteed move. You understand? So, but there are better opportunities in the market that one can really take advantage of. And if you have a momentum going against you, don't bother about it. Just leave it. Let it go. It's not worth the risk. It's not worth it. This is a third breakout. This is a good one. If you don't have a momentum coming against it, you can take a good trade and you are more likely to win. You get the gist. So it's one of those things. Oh man, how long have we been going? 45 minutes. Guys, I think I might need to stop right now. I'm getting a little tired. But I hope you guys learned something, and thank you guys for sending in all those messages. I'm really happy I was able to like read your messages today. So it's really nice to have you here. Thanks, Gem Ward, Kataje, Austin. I can't remember the other names. I know I saw some other names, but thank you so much, guys, for being a part of the live session. I'll see you in the next one. By God's grace, I hope by tomorrow we should be able to do this again. So see you in the next one. Bye.